The tallest tree that you can see in the background there is getting on for, in fact it's 8 metres tall now. In 3.5 years, 4 growing seasons. It's a Eucalyptus Nitens. These are all Nitens running down this side, and these were planted in October 2019, so less than 3 years old, and the best of them 7 metres plus tall. These are the juvenile leaves, and this was a gorgeous display all the way down here when they had their juvenile leaves. Most of these now are growing adult foliage, and quickly, and these are about 30 centimetres is the general information that I've found. Sickle shaped 30 centimetre leaves, adult foliage of Eucalyptus Nitens. This is the tallest one, and it is 8 metres tall. I have measured it, and diameter at breast height probably 8 to 10 centimetres. It is considerably thicker right down at the base, and I'm real pleased about that. One thing that has been amazing about these is their wind resilience. I did have several losses during the winter storms here in Ireland, though considering just how ferocious one particular storm was, I'm astonished that any of them are standing, and yet they're not just standing, they're ramrod straight. So yeah, very wind resilient, very pleased with that. And as they become more mature, lose these big sails of juvenile foliage, I'm expecting them to be less resistant to the wind, so the wind will blow through more easily and they'll become even more wind resilient. I cut down 3 of them, these 2 that you can see on the right hand side here, quite early on after Storm Barra blew them over. So that would have probably been maybe February, March when I cut them down, and they did try to put out a few epicormic buds, but they tried and they tried and they didn't come to anything. This one here, however, I cut down later on and it is resprouting. So Eucalyptus nitens aren't considered to be a tree that you can coppice or pollard, and from what I've seen here, generally I would say just replant if they get blown over. I cut this one again probably February, and it's much more sheltered here from other trees in the bank, even though the willows are deciduous, still got some shelter. Anyways, it tried several times. It put out a small green shoot, but none of them came to anything. Cool. One line of inquiry that I get very frequently at the moment is which is the best eucalyptus tree to grow for flowers for bees. And generally, if you go into a supermarket and buy eucalyptus honey, then there's a high likelihood that the eucalyptus trees that were grown for the flowers and nectar were Eucalyptus globulus, which is in the same family as Eucalyptus nitens. I wasn't expecting to see fruit, flowers, flower buds so early on these Eucalyptus nitens. However, very pleasingly, this one is producing some, so I'm hopeful that the rest of them will too. A few on the end there, I'll take a close-up photograph, and 1 or 2 elsewhere coming out. I'm assuming these are flower buds, they can't be anything else. Hope that helps. Good luck.